Hi there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies, and I'm recording this little video from Hollyhock Retreat Center on Cortez Island, BC. It's the first night of my first ever 5-day retreat here on Hollyhock. And so I thought I'd just give you a little tour where I'm staying. Very beautiful room. And that's nothing compared to what's outside. So it's pretty great here. And during the course of this retreat, I thought I'd record a video every day, just sharing my thoughts as I'm going through the retreat about what I'm learning. And it's interesting. I asked everyone to send in their top 3 questions before the retreat, and then I had a really beautiful drive up with my friends Alexa and Shay and Jason on the way here, and we had a lot to talk about as we got ready for the retreat. And it's interesting because one of the things it keeps showing me is there's nothing new in marketing. There's no kind of new content. The big things that people seem to be struggling with are around their niche, not really having one that's really clear. And it keeps, I keep being reminded that when there's a clear niche, everything's really easy. Coming up with a marketing strategy is pretty simple. When there is no niche, that's just the work that has to be done. And that how, for many of my clients, there's a struggle between the entrepreneurial tendency and the artistic tendency. And I think this is just the ongoing, ever-present struggle for all of us, whether we're in the business world or in the more artistic, creative world. But that most of my clients tend to fall into the artist camp. And the impulse of the artist is to want to just create, to make new things, to make beautiful things. We get inspired and we just want to do it. We don't want to think about it or even market it. We just want to make our art. And so for a lot of life coaches, holistic practitioners, doulas, permaculture people, etc., that's a lot of the focus. The challenge is when it comes to the marketing and making money, there's not the entrepreneurial tendency there. And of course, the entrepreneurial tendency is not to want to make new things. It's to want to take something existing and systematize it. The entrepreneur is going to notice who's an underserved target market. And the afterthought will be, what can I create? Whereas the artist is going to want to create something. The afterthought will be, to whom could I market it? So there are those twin forces, the artist wanting to make things and the entrepreneur wanting to make money on things and sustain ourselves. And I think for all of us, it's going to be this constant struggle of this dance between how do I do something that's really satisfying for me, creatively, artistically, aesthetically, morally, and all of that, with this entrepreneurial side of how do I actually sustain myself? How do I do it in such a way that I'm making money and that it's really helping people with some real issue? Because of course the artist just wants to create art and isn't always as concerned about the impact and is it doing something really real to help people. And the entrepreneur isn't always concerned about that either. It's just concerned about making money. So it's like, how do we help people in a way that gives us the juice that we get to make something new and explore new territory and not do the same thing over and over again without constantly creating something new and burning ourselves out? Because, you know, when an airplane takes off, most of the fuel is used in just the takeoff into getting into the jet stream, and then it just kind of sails easily. And it's the same with launching any kind of new program, any kind of new product. Is most of the work is, well, when you create a new thing, you got to create a sales letter for it. You got to think it through. You got to design the program. That's most of the work. You know, I'm just doing my meantime 30-day cash flow challenge for the 4th time, and it's a lot easier to do the 4th time. The 4th time is I've got a lot of the systems down, much less effort. And so more profitability in that. So this is what I'm seeing is struggling with the niche. And it's interesting when there's a struggle with the niche, it tends to show up as, what do I do? Give me tactics. And so I think we're going to see a lot of that come up. And the struggle between entrepreneur and artist. I'm curious how it's going to go. I'll keep you posted as I go through. But those are the two reflections I wanted to share around niche and the artist and the entrepreneur. So more tomorrow.